Welcome to all of you. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the linear filtering of long data sequences. Two methods are present in that, and in this particular lecture, we are going to discuss one of them, that is overlap and add method. Now coming to the concept of it. So in general, what we discussed till now with respect to the convolution and the DFT, we considered a finite length sequence. Specifically, we can consider the convolution. We considered a finite length sequence, usually of length 2, 3 or 4, maximum length is 5. But if we consider a real world application, something like speech processing, so we cannot say the length of the speech is limited to 4 samples or 5 samples. It will be of thousands of samples. In such cases, we need to perform the operation. So it cannot be done altogether for thousands of samples. We are going to divide that thousands of samples into smaller parts, and then we are going to apply the operation for that. So that is what the procedure we are going to discuss now, and that's what the first sentence is going to say. Linear filtering is applicable for real-time signal processing applications. Real-time in the sense, so anything that is like speech signal, audio signal, something like this. So real-time signal processing applications where input sequence x of n is very long. Okay, so in that we are going to have two methods. First method, overlap add method. Second one, overlap save method. In both of these two, we are going to get the same answer, but the solving procedure is going to be little bit different. In general, both of these two are also known as the fast convolution methods. Now let us go through one after the another. The first one, overlap add method. At the first, let us go through the procedure of the solution. Then we will have the block diagram representation of the solution procedure. Then we will have the actual problem and the solution. You can only understand these procedures very clearly once we go through the problem solution. So anyhow, let us go through this theoretical solution part. The first step, so let x of n be a long duration sequence of length ls. So long duration sequence means here we are going to usually take the length of x of n for a solution of the problem as something like length is 12 or length is 14. So that is what we are going to take for the solution. So we are going to consider that as the long sequence, and let that be equal to ls. The length will be represented by the term ls. Let h of n be the FIR filter or the impulse response of length capital letter M. Then the long sequence x of n has to be divided into smaller parts for the further operation. Therefore, the input sequence x of n is divided into blocks x1 of n, x2 of n up to xp of n, such that each sequence length is of L, and this sequence length L must be always greater than the length of M. Then for each blocks x1 of n dash 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 up to xp of n, concatenate m minus 1 zeros at the end so that the sequence length becomes equal to capital letter N equal to L plus m minus 1. Then make up the length of h of n equal to n by concatenating L minus 1 zeros at the end. After concatenation, we are going to call the sequence h of n as h dash of n. So just you need to remember this procedure, and we are going to again repeat these steps while solving the problem. Continuation. Calculate the circular convolution of each sequence. So that is, we have created several sequences x1 of n, x2 of n, dash 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 up to xp of n. For each of these sequences, we need to calculate the circular convolution. So that's why y1 of n is equal to x1 of n circularly convolved with h dash of n. Similarly, for y2 up to yp, we are going to perform. Then the last step, overlap last m-1 points of the current sequence with first m-1 points of the next sequence and add them. That is y1 of n plus y2 of n plus dash 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 up to yp of n. Now let us go through the diagrammatic realization of all the steps. This is going to be the complete sequence x of n, input sequence, and this is going to have the length ls. Then after, we are going to divide this long sequence into smaller sequences, and each smaller sequence are going to have the length l. So from this point up to this point is one sequence of length l. Then again from this point up to this point, one more sequence, again length l, and all these are of equal values, equal length. So one more sequence l of length l. So remember, all these three are going to have the common length, that is l. Then the second step, after dividing them into smaller sequences, then next step, we must concatenate m-1 zeros to the sequence x1 of n, so that the total length of this sequence become equal to n is equal to l plus m minus 1. So whatever the slant line representation is there, that is for the m-1 zeros concatenated to the actual sequence x1 of n. Same procedure is repeated for x2 of n by concatenating m-1 zeros, then for x3 of n by concatenating m-1 zeros. So this is the diagrammatic realization of dividing a long sequence into smaller sequences and then concatenating that with the zeros. Now at the output side, after performing the convolution, we are going to have three sequences, y1 of n, y2 of n and y3 of n. See, for the sake of example, here I am going to consider that long sequence x of n has divided into three parts. There is no rule that it must be only three parts. For the sake of example, I am taking that as it has been divided into three parts, and after convolution also we are going to get three outputs, y1 of n, y2 of n, then y3 of n. Now as per the procedure, the first sequence last m-1 values must be overlapped on its next sequence first m-1 values. So that's why you can observe over here. So first sequence last m-1 values must be overlapped on its next sequence starting m-1 values. So now add them. Similarly, current sequence is this one. So last m-1 points of the current sequence must overlap on the first m-1 points of its next sequence. So overlap has been happened. Then whichever the last sequence is there, last sequence, in this case it is y3 of n, this is the last sequence. In the last sequence, discard last m-1 points. Discard. We are not going to keep that as a part of the answer. We are going to discard those m-1 points. Now add all these three and then we are going to get the sequence y of n, and y of n will be usually of the length ls, that is input sequence length is equal to almost output sequence length we are going to have, and this slashed line indicates that m minus 1 points of the last sequence we are going to discard that. Now let us get into the problem related to overlap and add method so that we can clearly understand what are the theoretical steps we discussed previously, how it is being implemented over here. Now let us go through the problem statement. Determine the response of a LTI system with h of n is equal to 1 1 1 for an input x of n is equal to 1 2 0 minus 3 4 2 minus 1 1 minus 2 3 2 1 using overlap add method. Now let us get into the solution. So given the sequences x of n and h of n. So here look at the length of the sequence of sequence x of n. It is more when compared to whatever the circular convolution we solved previously. Therefore we call this as the long sequence. Right? Okay, so let us go through the procedure. So given x of n and h of n, first note down the length of each of these sequences. So length of x of n is represented by the term ls and the length is now 12. There are 12 values present here. Therefore length of the sequence x of n is equal to 12. Similarly, length of the sequence h of n represented by capital letter M, and that is equal to 3. So 3 values are present. Therefore length is equal to 3. Continued step. X of n is a long sequence. We must divide them into smaller sequence, each of length capital letter L. Now on what basis we are going to divide them? Just look at the question once again. Is there any specification given related to the capital letter L? So in the question no specification is being given what size must be the L. In such cases we can make an assumption for that. So that means L is not given in the question. Therefore let us assume L, capital letter L, is equal to 6. Now total 12 values are there. I am going to assume length of each sequence, smaller sequences, is equal to 6. So I am going to get 2 sequences out of this long sequence. One is x1 of n, from starting continuous 6 values, that is x1 of n. Then x2 of n, continuation till the end, so that will be x2 of n. Now as per the procedure, we must have the length of the sequence x1 and x2 that must be equal to n. What is n? N is nothing but L plus M minus 1 we are going to have. L is a known value that we have assumed it as 6. M is a known value that is equal to 3. And minus 1 if we make, then we are going to get the actual sequence length capital letter N. And that will be equal to, in this case, is equal to 8. So in the another sense we can say that, you just concatenate m minus 1 zeros to this one, then this sequence length becomes automatically equal to n, because we are already having the sequence length 6 L value. What is remaining in this parameters? M minus 1 is the remaining parameter. So if you substitute the length m minus 1, concatenate the so many number of values, then length of x1 of n will become equal to L plus m minus 1, nothing but capital letter N. Therefore length of both of these two sequences must be equal to capital letter N, and that we can obtain by default in all the cases by concatenating m minus 1 zeros at the end part of the sequences. In both the cases, end part of the sequence we have to substitute m minus 1 zeros. Okay, so now after concatenation, now we are going to have a redefined sequence x1 of n x2 of n with 0 extra added at the end part, that you can observe over here, and also for x2 of n same criteria. The next step, we have to perform the circular convolution later. While performing the circular convolution, we have to perform x1 with h of n, x2 with h of n. As per the criteria of the circular convolution, the sequence lengths of x and h must be same while performing the circular convolution. Therefore, here what we are going to do is, before performing the circular convolution itself, we are going to make the length of this x as well as the h equal. Then we say perform the circular convolution. That is achieved by inserting L minus 1 zeros to the h of n, always at the end part of the sequence, to get h dash of n. So after concatenation of zeros, we call the sequence as h dash of n. L value is equal to 6. L minus 1 in the sense 5 zeros we have to put in h of n. So after inserting 5 zeros, we are going to have h dash of n. The length of h dash of n is now equal to length of x1 of n and also the length of x2 of n. Now we can perform the circular convolution. The next step, that is the circular convolution. So two sequence x1, x2 are there. Therefore, two outputs y1 and y2 we are going to get. So y1 of n is equal to x1 of n circularly convolved with h dash of n. For this, we are going to get the result as 133 minus 1, 1362. Actually, at this point, you must show the calculation procedure. So you make use of the matrix method, time domain or the frequency domain, but you must show the calculation over here. Since the calculation will become little bit longer, I have just avoided the calculation procedure of the circular convolution, but you must show the calculation over here. So we are going to get y1 of n like this. Similarly, y2 is x2 of n convolved with circularly h dash of n. So we are going to get this as the answer. Now getting into the last step. In the last step, we are going to have the sequence y1 of n, y2 of n. As per the procedure, the last m minus 1 points, m minus 1 in the sense 2 points, m value is 3 minus 1, that is 2 points. So last m minus 1 points of the first sequence must overlap on first m minus 1 points of its next sequence. That's what the procedure is going to say. That's why this is the last m minus 1 points of y1 of n being overlapped on first m minus 1 points of y2 of n. So y2 of n itself is the last sequence we are going to have, only two sequences. Therefore, with respect to y2 of n, last m minus 1 points of y2 of n we are going to discard. So as per the procedure, discard the last sequence, last m minus 1 points. In this case, y2 itself is the last sequence. Therefore, for y2, last m minus 1 points we are going to discard, that is represented over here. Discard last m minus 1 points. Now whatever the remaining points, you just add them. So 1 as it is, 3, then these points are kept as it is. Here 6 minus 1, 5, 2 plus 0, 2, then remaining points kept as it is. Now the final answer is y of n is equal to whatever we have obtained over here, y of n, same being represented here also. This is the final answer. So I hope now you can clearly match the procedure that has been told previously in a theoretical manner with the problem we have solved now. Now let us take one more problem. In this particular problem, procedure remains the same, but the only difference we are going to have is, in the previous case we have assumed the length capital letter L. In this case, certain parameters are already given in the question, making use of which we are going to calculate the parameter capital letter L. That's what the difference in this with respect to previous and this problem we are going to have. Now let us go through the problem statement. Determine the response of LTI system with h of n is equal to 1 minus 1 2 for an input x of n is equal to the sequence using overlap and add method and 6-point circular convolution. Right? So two sequences, fine, given x of n and h of n. Along with that, there is one more parameter, that is 6-point circular convolution is given. Okay, so now let us follow up the procedure. So given the sequence x of n and h of n, first note down the length of x of n, that is ls, that will be equal to 10. So 10 values are there. Therefore, length of x of n is 10. Similarly, length of h of n, capital letter M, that will be equal to 3. So 3 values are given. Therefore, length is equal to 3. Now, 6-point circular convolution. So 6-point circular convolution in the sense the value of capital letter N is given for us. So that's what the size of the circular convolution we are going to perform. So that is given, N is equal to 6. Now use this formula, calculate the value of L. N is equal to L plus M minus 1. N is known, M is known. L is the only unknown parameter, so we can calculate that, and by calculation we got that value as 4. Now divide this long sequence x of n into multiple sequences each of length equal to 4. That is, capital letter L is equal to 4. Now the sequence is being divided. Total 10 values, x1 of n first 4 values, x2 of n continued 4 values, total 8 values are completed. Then for x3 of n remaining only 2 values. Remember, length of x of n is equal to 10, smaller sequences is equal to 4. So first 2, there are total 8 values completed. With respect to x of n, remaining is only 2 values. So x3 of n will take only 2 values from x of n. But as per the procedure, all these sequence length must be common. So we cannot keep this x of 3 for only 2 values. We must complete it to the length 4 by inserting as many zeros as required. Therefore, at the end, 2 additional zeros are being inserted so that the sequence length become equal to 4. Now continuation, make up the length of make up the sequence length equal to n by inserting m minus 1 zeros at the end. So now sequence length must be made equal to n. So for x1 of n, we must put these many zeros, m minus 1 zeros in the sense 2 zeros we have to put. So in each of these sequences 2 zeros are being inserted. Now make up the length of h of n so that it is equal to n by inserting L minus zeros at the end. So L is a known value, that is equal to 4. L minus 1 in the sense that will become 3 through. So 3 zeros has to be inserted at the end, so that the length of h dash of n and length of each of these sequences are going to be the same for the calculation of the circular convolution. Now calculate the circular convolution. So 3 input sequences are there. So 3 outputs we are going to get. So first one with respect to y1 of n, x1 of n circularly convolved with h dash of n. So we get this answer. y2 of n is x2 of n circularly convolved with h dash of n. We get this answer. y3 of n equal to x3 of n circularly convolved with h dash of n. We get this answer. again I am repeating at this instant. So I have not shown the calculation of the convolution over here, but you must provide the actual solution procedure over here, that is the circular convolution procedure, before getting each of these answers. Now coming to the final step. So y1, y2, y3 are being considered, and as per the procedure, the first sequence last m minus 1 points, that is m value is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2. So first sequence last m minus 1 points or last 2 points must be overlapped on its next sequence first m minus 1 points. So that has been shown over here. You can just observe the color variation. Similarly, second sequence last m minus 1 points must be overlapped on the third sequence first m minus 1 points. So that has been done over here. You can observe the color change in the box. Then y3 itself is the last sequence we are going to have. Therefore, last sequence last m minus 1 points, discard that one. That's the discard last m minus 1 points. That's applicable only to the last sequence. Last sequence, last m minus 1 points, discard them. Now add them together. So the values are kept as it is. Okay, then 4 plus 1, 5, minus 4 plus 1, minus 3, then 3, 0, then 7 plus 0, 7, minus 2 plus 2, 0, then these two values kept as it is. So last two values are being discarded. Now this is going to be the answer y of n we are going to have. So in this case we must keep one thing in mind. While dividing the sequences into smaller sequence in the previously, what we considered was for x3 of n, additional 2 zeros we took so that the sequence length become equal to 4. Right, that is corresponding to these two values. So that's why the color of the box has been changed. You can make a observation over here. So in most of the cases those two values will be kept as it is as the answer, but in few cases, in order to match the sequence length with that of the input, these two may be dropped. But anyhow, in this case I am going to keep those two values as the final answer itself. Now there is one more problem that has been asked in the most recent examination, August-September 2020, 15 EC 52 subject code for 6 marks. You can just go through that. The same problem what we have solved, but in this case the length of the sequence L given directly. So you must be very careful while reading the question itself. Circular convolution is given in the sense that will be the capital letter N value being given. In this case block length L is equal to 4 in the sense that is x1 of n, x2 of n, that's a smaller sequence length. That is what the L value we are going to have. The solution is same procedure as per the previous one, but only thing you have to understand is how the problem is being given. If the smaller sequence length is not at all mentioned in any manner in the question, you can assume it by yourself. So there is no restriction that only the sequence has to be divided into two parts. You can divide that into as many as possible, provided the condition is the length of the smaller sequences must be greater than the length of the h of n. That's the only criteria you need to satisfy. Beyond that, this length can be anything. So here the length of the h of n is 3 and they have given the smaller sequence length L is equal to 4. Criteria satisfied, so we can have it. Right? So this was asked for 6 marks. Thanks for joining.